Hi,
Thank you. How are you?
doing amazing. Can you hear me well?
Yeah,
Oh,
perfectly.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Yeah. Welcome to the Global Virtual Summit 2025, Dr. Harris.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, welcome to the Global Virtual Summit 2025, Dr. Harris.
Thank you.
Yeah, before starting your session, I want to introduce you to our audience.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Harris is an evangelist, entrepreneur, and a wellness advocate with over 2 decades of experience in healthcare. She is the founder of Just Gina's Skincare LLC, which gained approval for Walmart Marketplace within 2 years. A prolific author and first Amazon bestseller, Dr. Harris is also a certified wellness coach. In 2020, she established Gina's iFeed, a non-profit focused on community service, and in 2021 founded Kingdom Solutionist Coaching and Mentoring Services. Dr. Harris received a doctorate in Christian Humanities in 2023 and serves as an evangelist at the Cornerstone City Refuge Global Alliance. She also leads Ronjeanna Harris Ministries focused on kingdom building and outreach. Her work has earned her multiple awards and media recognition. Yes, Dr. Harris, you have done great works in your life and they are so inspiring, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Good day to everyone that is watching. I pray that y'all have had an amazing day. My name again is Dr. Ronjeanna Harris. I am out of the beautiful city of Virginia Beach in Virginia, which is in the United States. Today, just for a few minutes here, I would like to embrace your ears with some nuggets and tools on leadership and what we can do to empower leaders for the future. Again, she mentioned that I do have a coaching business, Kingdom Solutionist Coaching and Mentoring, where we aid value in our clients and customers reaching their goal. And here today, we're going to start here with the theme where we're going to take you and empower your mind and also do healthy provoking to help you reach and navigate and be successful. For those that do not know, this is Women's Month here in the United States. So we're celebrating Women's Month. So what a great way to empower you into your next here. So here, as we're looking at the slide here, this is just letting you know that I'm excited to guide you through this journey on today. Together, we're going to be able to look at the different pillars. We're going to be able to look at the capabilities that you can embark upon as a leader and a successful, sustainable leader. So here are some of the things, if we could go to slide 2. What you want to start off is the strategy. You want to have a strong foundation. One of the things that I tell people is that we must make a visual. We must write the vision and make it plain. That is very biblical. But then after that, we have to implement some action to that vision. So for those that are thought processor, those that are creatives, initiatives that have the witty ideas, it's very important to scale a plan, and sometimes that requires you to put it on paper. So you must have vision development. Here, if you look in the slide here, it gives you some goals, it gives you some tips on how to produce that, right? And so here also, I'm big on affirmations. So throughout the slides, you're going to see affirmations that's going to help you achieve those goals. It's going to boost you, and it's going to encourage you, and it's going to ignite you. And so for vision development, you want to make sure that you are right in the vision. You want to make sure that you're coming up with a strong strategic plan. Now, it may not be a perfect plan, but you want to make sure that you come up with a strategic plan. That means that it is indeed executable, right? And so the affirmation here for vision development is I am a visionary leader with a clear purpose. So you want to make sure that you speak that over yourself. Those that are watching, those that will hear this recording, you want to say, I am a visionary leader with a clear purpose. So, goal setting again, you want to make sure that you're establishing those SMART goals, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. This is very important. We want to make sure that we are given realistic time frames of the goals that we're trying to execute. What does that mean? That means that you may have to finish this particular part of that goal in a certain amount of months, and the other part may take a few years. Then you may have something that you can implement right now. So you want to make sure that you're doing the goal settings, and you want to also say the affirmation over your life that I set clear and attainable goals for growth. We're growing in 2025. We are successful. We're going to take all of the resources that we have, and we're going to make them work for our purpose. We're going to make them work for our entrepreneur journey, or whatever journey that you're on, that you have been given the vision, that you have been given the download, that you have been having those wonderful dreams about. You're going to execute. So here, resource planning. I just mentioned resources. Take advantage of your resources. Do research on it. Look at what's in your city, what's in your country, what's in your state. Look at collaborative opportunities and take advantage of those resources. Here, it may be certain programs that your city is making available for you. It may be other organizations or groups that is looking for like-minded expertise that you have. And how would they know if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't make that availability that you have, or that successful niche that you have known? So, future leaders, be bold in your initiative in the beginning, be confident in your initiative in the beginning. So, now we want to look at slide 3. So, slide 3 here. Again, we're turning these plans into action this year. We're not going to just talk about it. We're not going to just tell our friends, our families, our peers that we had an amazing dream. We're not going to just let those journals that we've been writing stuff down in for years collect dust. We're going to turn the plans into action. Say that to yourself and put your name in the sentence. Say, I'm going to turn my plans into action here. You want to make sure that you break down the goals. You want to be very intentional, right? You want to make sure that you provide an idea of execution. Then team building. Team building is so important, right? Team building is necessary. It takes a team for something that's going to be long lasting, sustainable, and successful. And you have to know what is your design of your team. You have to know who is the person that's going to add value to what you're doing, right? To your service, to your product, to your business, to your ministry, to your corporation. You want to make sure that you're building a healthy team, that they understand clearly what you're presenting to the customer, to the client, to the community. And so here I want to incorporate this scripture here that Ecclesiastes 4:9 teaches. Two are better than one. And this here embraces the perspective and nurture on environment of mutual support and respect. And then you want to also say that affirmation. I build and nurture strong, diverse teams. Diversity is very important. You want to have uniqueness in your team. There are so many creatives from all walks of life, and they may be the missing puzzle to your team. So you want to make sure that you're spanning your idea, you're spanning your mind when you're building your team, because that's going to make a difference on the success of you emerging into a leader for tomorrow right now. These are the things that you're wanting to do right now. And then continuous improvement is so important here. You want to make sure that you're taking feedback, constructive criticism. You want to make sure that you're evaluating. You want to make sure that you're implementing analytics. Those things matter in all format of business or marketplace endeavors or your purpose in general. That overall can be implemented in every area of your life. You want to always be striving to be better and greater at what you're doing. There's always levels. Levels would be never limited. It's unlimited in levels. Unlimited in levels. So always continuous strive for improvement. What can I do to take this to another level? Who can I impact now? Who is the missing person that I haven't been able to reach yet? Who is that next client? Who is that next corporate contract? You want to make sure that you're positioning yourself for those opportunities. All right, we're going to go to slide 4. Let me know if there's any questions, any thoughts. So here, as we look at slide 4, this is my biggest nugget here. And this is what I really build off of: sustainability. You want to look at what you're doing right now. Also, what are you doing to make sure that it is thriving and it's still operating years down the line? If you listen to my bio that was read, I've been in the entrepreneur and marketplace journey since 2018. I've been sustainable in certain spaces for a long time. Why? It's because sustainability is always in the forefront of planning and execution. It's always something that I'm creating a plan. We create a budget plan, we create goals, projections. We got to have sustainability. So adaptivity, adapt, and also resilient building and legacy creation. So, what are you doing to be able to pass down or prepare a successor? You want to make sure that you are preparing this business, your purpose, this organization, because I work and operate in different faucets. I have a ministry, I have a nonprofit organization, and I also have a business. And so the goal is that whatever you're creating, whatever you're building sustainability that you can be able to create successors. That means when you're long gone, this building, this organization, this business will still be thriving way after you're gone. So here you want to stay flexible and open to changes. What may have worked in the beginning, as you start to grow and scale, may not work 5 years in, 10 years in, 20 years in. And then also, resilience building is very important. So you also want to have a bounce back plan. We always may enter into situations, circumstances, God forbid, anything could happen. But what is your bounce back plan? That is something that you need to think about in the beginning. It's very important. You know, challenges are going to come. That's just something that is life, right? But we want to make sure that we are implementing some type of, I call it the bounce back plan. What are you going to have in place that things will continue to flourish and grow? Legacy creation is very important as well. Focusing on leaving a positive impact. Again, creating successors. It may not be a family member that you pass your business to or your company to. It may be that one person that just been having that heart and that drive for the very thing that you've been building for years. And they may be the successor. So you want to make sure that you're creating a legacy. And legacy is very broad, right? So it could very well be someone else that is not in your bloodline. but you want to create a successful legacy that it could carry on. Can we go to slide 5? All right, here. Ooh, the power of vision. The power of vision here. So, one of the things that I'm always praying for is clarity. You have to have clarity when you're building something great. And anyone that's watching this, I take it that you are greatness and you're building something great. You have a desire to build something great. You've been dreaming, you've been desiring to build something great. Clarity is very important. You want to make sure that you have direction. You want to make sure that you are having positive guidance in your actions and your decision. So again, that goes back to your team. You may have to have different faucets of teams, right? You may have to have the decision team. You may have to have the marketing team. You may have to have the negotiation, the one that is going to do the proposals, things like that. So you want to have clarity in those areas. Inspiration. This should be something that you're more excited about than anyone else. If you're not excited about what you're building, you can't expect somebody else to be excited about it. So you have to have that zeal and that drive that just lights up a room when you talk about your business, when you talk about your goals, your dreams, your purpose. You never know who is in the room that's an investor. You never know who is in the room that may want to sow into you getting started. For those that may be looking or thinking or emerging into leadership, merging into business, merging into ministry, right? And so after inspiration, impact is important. You want to make sure that you're creating positive impact. Is what you're doing changing lives? How is it changing lives? What benefit is it gonna create to the audience that you're serving? That's something that you want to think about. What solution are you providing? You want to ask yourselves these questions when you're building in the beginning. You don't want to get to the place of having something established, right? And someone comes up to you and asks you a genre of questions and you're stalling. You should be able to tell them just like that. Well, this particular program or this particular service or this particular product, this is what it produces. This is the value it adds. This is how it can help your company. This is how it can help your school. This is how it can help your ministry. You want to be able to give those line items of benefits of how you're going to be able to impact. All righty here. So now we look at the SMART goals again. We want to always revisit this. We want to always make sure that this is the outline that we're using. We hear this all the time and we'll write these things out and then we'll put them to the wayside. So it's important that we are implementing SMART goals in everything that we're doing is so important. It's going to help us to be great and success. And number 5 is very important. The time. A lot of times we procrastinate. We want to eliminate procrastination in 2025. We want to go ahead and get started. The time is now. The time is now. If you're in this conference, you're not here by happenstance. You're not here just because. You're here because you're needing something that's going to help you step into that next place. So the time is now for you to start somewhere, start building, connect with someone, right? So you want to make sure that you're executing in a decent time frame. That's realistic again. So now as we look at the next screen here, resource planning is important. It's very important here. You want to make sure you are fueling your journey. You are fueling your journey, right? We know we can't get in our car and just take off if we don't have any gas. And also, we can't just get in a car that's electric car and take off if we haven't charged that car up, right? So we want to make sure that our purpose, our journey, our plan of action for launching our business, starting our business, becoming a leader. If you're becoming a speaker or you're becoming a consultant, a coach, that's still a business. There's still administrative things you have to have in place. So resource planning is very important. You want to make sure that you're getting that knowledge and expertise. You may have to get certain certifications that you may not already have. You may have to take certain courses. You may have to look at mentorship. I always say, as a coach and a consultant, that I can't coach someone and mentor someone if I don't have a mentor myself. And if you have several entities of business, you should have some type of coach or mentor for each one of those areas. It's very important. You should have someone that is able, that's doing it on a greater level than you, to aid you along the way. And so you want to take advantage again of those resources. You want to make sure that you're seeking the knowledge of someone that's seasoned in the game, that's seasoned in the game of what you're doing, that's seasoned in the area of where you're striving to get to. And also, you want to be very intentional about that. You want to make sure that they make sense to what you're pursuing, right? So the coach has to make sense to the coachee or mentee, mentor, and vice versa. They have to intertwine healthy. It has to be a healthy relationship for success. So again, you want to have a strong network. You want to have surround yourself around people that really believe in what you're doing, right? You don't want to cast your pearls among swine. You don't want to go and release your vision or your dreams to someone that may not be permissive to hear what you're getting ready to bark upon, right? So you want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself around the people that are assigned to your next level, if that makes sense to you. So now, as we're looking at slide here, slide number 8, I'm going to try to make sure I get through all of them here. So here, action plans turning dreams into reality. Define, delegate, execute, monitor. So Gina's iFeed would not be able to be where it is today had I not implemented these things here. I had to make sure that for this nonprofit organization that I was privileged to be founder of, that I had to incorporate these 4 steps, because I had to make sure that I'm implementing the programs that are designed around the mission of what I am promising to the community. And I had to make sure that I properly delegate as well. So I'm a nurse by trade as well. So those that are in the healthcare field, we know the importance of healthy delegation. We want to make sure that we're delegating to someone that can complete the task and that is skilled to complete the task. That can deter how the outcome turns out. So we have to make sure that we're doing healthy delegation. And when we execute, that is having a lasting impact, that it did create that goal of success. And then we want to continue to track our progress. We want to make sure keeping analytics is very important. Doing those polls, sending those emails out, doing those surveys, they're very important in the services that you offer, or as you're even emerging as a leader, right? to maybe being a speaker, an inspiration speaker. You want to make sure that you're creating those surveys, asking those questions to those that are listening, that you'll be able to be in the room to speak to, those that you're able to present those workshops to. So now, team building and unity. That is something that I'm big on. I had a theme that I was saying last year, and I believe it was others as well. We do it better together. That is very, very key. We do it better together. There is strength in unity, diversity. I have met some amazing people from all walks of life. I have learned from them. They have learned from me. We have been able to collaborate all over this globe. So, diversity is very important. It always fosters innovation where we're working with individuals from different backgrounds. Collaboration, healthy collaboration. We're able to expand the impact when we collaborate. People do not understand how much of an impact that we make in our area of expertise when we collaborate with like-minded companies, like-minded leaders, right? It's so, so beautiful. It's like that slide said, it's nothing but success all around. So the culture of collaboration is important. Communication is important as well. We must be able to communicate. So here, as we're looking at continuous improvement, the path to excellence, you always want to reflect again. You want to give positive feedback and receive positive feedback. You want to be always teachable, right? You want to be also willing to adapt. That means if you need to change up some things, if you need to discontinue certain services or programs or products, if you need to implement, right? You got to be willing to adapt. It's very important. So look at the different ways here, right? Community, the different areas that you're walking in, working in, and serving in. So here, as we look at the next slide here, my goodness, thriving in a changing world. The world is forever changing, evolving. So the first thing is you have to embrace it, because really that is out of our control, right? That part. The world is forever changing. You want to also, again, learn. You want to innovate. And then guess what? You must always do, you must always thrive, right? You must thrust and thrive no matter what. You create that opportunity within to be able to thrust and thrive. And again, as you're looking at what you can accomplish in the future, you want to make sure you're incorporating these things right now. Again, I keep telling you, this is your time, this is your season to be successful. So, resilience building, bouncing back to stronger. Again, mindset. You want to always have a positive mindset. Success is not going to come from any type of negativity, any type of doubting, any type of uncertainty. Now, we may go back and forth with ourselves and question, because it's big. We're stepping into something big. So, sometimes we may say, I'm not able to do that. No, you're not able to do that, but you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. You also can do it with a great team. Again, the support is very important. And so, as a nurse, I would not be able to not incorporate self care. Self care is important. You must have self care. You must have those times and incorporate it on your calendar with all of your appointments, those days that you refresh, you regroup, you rejuvenate yourself, because you're going to be doing a lot of things. You're on a journey where you're going to be just in rooms, meetings. You're going to be always, you're going to probably be interviewing. You're going to be doing a lot of things. And as you're thrusting to thrive, it's just going to be where your success is going to take you there. So you're going to have that time, that downtime to regroup yourself. And then here, Legacy creation here. So values is important. You want to look at your core values here on slide 13. You want to look at your core values here. It's very important that you look at your core values, right? You want to make sure that you are creating the positive change, sustainable solutions. I repeat this throughout this presentation because that's going to be the driver for you as you are emerging into a successful leader of tomorrow now. Sustainable solutions. You're going to make sure that you have that in place. And also, leading by example. You want to lead by example. You want to be the first partaker of greatness, right? You want to also demonstrate what you present, okay? Your service. Make sure it's integral. Make sure that whatever that line item that you have, whatever that mission statement, that's what you're demonstrating and you're operating, that's what you're producing. That's what the customer, the client, the company is going to receive, right? So you want to make sure that you are leading by example, and greatness produce greatness. So you're adding different tiers or levels of value through your success as a leader, as you're emerging and you're taking that initiative step right now. So as we go to the next slide here, kingdom principles. So I am a kingdom believer. So I believe in servant leadership. We have to be able to serve, right? We have to be able to serve. We have to lead with humility. It's very important. Again, we have to have integrity. We have to uphold those ethical standards in all of our actions. We're working with different people where people are entrusting us with certain services to make available to them. So we have to lead and we have to incorporate integrity. Stewardship is important. These words here, we have to make sure that the foundation is also built on these things: servant leadership, integrity, and stewardship. Make sure that you incorporate that. Make sure you make note of that. The next slide here. Time is going by really fast. I didn't expect it to go by that fast. Affirmations. Speaking life into your leadership. You speak life into yourself. No matter how it looks, it's not going to be easy. Anything that you're building that's great, it's not going to be easy to do. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Let me just get that out your head. It's not. But guess what? You're going to tell yourself, I'm confident. You're going to say, I am resilient and I am impactful. And you're going to speak that with a boldness that no one can take away from you. And you're going to speak that over your leadership initiative as you're emerging. You're going to speak that over your marketplace initiative, right? And so now, as we go to the next slide here, we're going to look at the role of mentorship. It's always spirit upon guidance, wisdom, and accountability. One of the things that I tell people is that I'm going to make sure that I provoke healthy accountability, that you're going to have to make sure that you're executing all these things that we sat in a session and talked about. There has to be a delivery on both ends, right? So the role of mentorship, guidance, wisdom, and accountability. Make sure that you snapshot this here. It's very important. Here, empowering others. The heart of leadership is empowering others. It's pouring into others. It's equipping others. How is creating an opportunity for to inspire, to equip, and to create them to be able to release them out into their purpose. So that means you become a segue creator. I am a segue creator. And you become a segue creator when you embark upon the heart of leadership. When you take on the heart of a leader, you do these three things right here. So you want to continue your leadership journey. Again, always schedule coaching sessions. You're going to continue to evolve. You want to set new goals, right? And track your progress. You also want to connect with other leaders. You want to connect with those that are doing it on a higher level than you. Then you want to connect with your peers. There are other leaders that are emerging just like you are. And you can add value to each other. You can pour into each other. You can uplift and inspire each other. And so here, commit to greatness. Again, it's just a reminder. It's just a reminder here that vision, action, resilience, legacy is going to take you to your next level. And so now I just want to let you know that congratulations. Congratulations on your taking your initiative, taking your step to greatness. Congratulations on all of your endeavors. Congratulations on being a successful leader that's going to be successful and going to create and produce other leaders. And also, that's going to be a solution in the earth. Thank you so much. And I pray y'all have an amazing day.
Yes, Dr. Harris, there is a really great content on your presentation, and thank you so much for your valuable time. And there are few questions from our audience. Harris, we will post it on your email because we are running late.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, there are few questions from our audience, Dr. Harris. We will post it on your email.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.